Hey, it's Screw the System Joe, and I'm back with another video. This time the subject is your dream and why it is you can achieve it. Now, I'm sure we've all had the experience of being really inspired by the idea of doing something with our lives, yet finding it much harder to take the steps needed to put it into practice. Perhaps with you, you want to become a professional athlete, run your own business, be a YouTube sensation, or make a successful living writing a blog. Whatever it is, you're really inspired about this dream. You can see yourself doing it and it feels so damn good. But what's going to happen when you voice this dream to other people? 9 out of 10, this is what you'll hear. It'll be one of these three things. 1, only the exceptionally talented or lucky ever make it. 2, do you realise how hard it is to break into that field? Less than 1% of people who try are ever successful. Or 3, my personal favourite, make sure you have a backup plan. Now, after hearing all of these things, you suddenly go from being up here to down there. Reality, or what you believe is reality, has hit, and it's left you feeling flatter than a flat tyre. But you know what? That 1% chance that the system gives you for success is not the truth. It's just an opinion, and a poor one at that. Think about it, those millions of voices that tell you it can't be done is just the echo of all these scared individuals who, to quote Theodore Roosevelt, live in the grey twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. I mean, what does somebody who's never even tried or only ever attempted half-heartedly to live their dream know about your chances for success? And yet we'll give these people more power and their opinions more credibility in our own minds than our own inner voice and belief in ourselves. That's why I've created this video. I want to let you know that you can live your dream, and that 1% chance of success that the system gives you is actually more like a 66% chance. Want to know how I came to this figure? Keep watching. So here's how to turn your chances of success from 1% to 66%. First of all, you take 1,000 people. Now this is your direct competition. And before you go getting all cynical on me and saying there's way more than 1,000 people with the same dream as me, just hear me out. The principle of what I'm about to explain to you works the same whether you are competing with 1 million people or just 100. I'll elaborate on why later, but for now let's stick with this figure of 1,000 people. Now these 1,000 people have the same dream as you. They want the same thing. Whether that's to become a professional football player, sell their oil paintings online, or create a cookbook of all their favourite recipes. Now, you start with 1,000 people, but pretty much immediately you can do a very interesting thing. And that is eliminate 900 of them. Straight away, gone. 9/10 of the competition removed. That you don't even have to worry about. Because this group of people are the procrastinators. I'm sure you're well acquainted with such individuals. They're the kind of people that talk big but deliver very little. And they're going to tell you how amazing it's going to be when they're millionaires, or how fantastic it will be when they're famous. But they ain't going to do a damn thing. They won't pick up a phone, they won't sign on to a course, they won't buy any kit, they won't research anything. All they'll do is talk. So really, you don't have to worry about 9/10 of the people you thought were your competition. You can eliminate them. Which then leaves us with 100 people. The next step you can do is to eliminate a further 80. Now this 80 fall into the category of being the triers. They're a level up from the procrastinators, but they're still not your direct competition. Now a trier is going to stick it out for about a year or so. They will attend some football practice sessions. They'll probably go on a course to learn how to do oil painting, or they'll sketch some ideas down for recipes. They will make an attempt, but they won't see it through. And what usually happens to the triers is when the enormity of the task they're facing hits them, they quit. Now you can call that human nature. I'd call it the system's conditioning, making us believe our chances for success are so slim that the first obstacle we give up. Whatever it is, you don't have to worry about that further 80 people. So you've gone from 1,000 down to 100, and now you're only left with 20 people to compete with. Of this group of 20, you can eliminate a further 17. Now this category is called the minor players. To some intents and purposes, they do actually realise their dream, just on a very low level. So in the case of the example of the footballer, perhaps they get signed, but it's for a lower league team. Or if it's the person wanting to set up a store, online store where they're selling their oil paintings, they are successful in doing that and they're able to sell a few pictures. However, these minor players are unable to sustain their success, usually due to not being able to provide finances and a living through doing what they're doing. 5 or 6 years down the line, they will pull out. So this is why you don't have to worry about the minor players either. And the reason for them quitting in the race to live their dreams is usually a lack of belief. Something will happen. For the footballer, perhaps it will be an injury. For the person wanting to sell their cookbook, they'll face rejection after rejection from publishers. Whatever it is, there'll be a particular trigger incident that metaphorically breaks their back and causes them to give up on their dream. So with these 17 people out of the race, it just leaves 3 left, or you and 2 other people. Now these people fall into the category of the dream achievers. These are the true believers, the true action takers. These are the ones with an unshakable belief in their ability to succeed. These are the ones who put in 2 hours, 45 minutes daily, taking the steps necessary to realise their dream. And these are also the ones that have the secret ingredient to success, which I'm not going to share with you now, but is on another video of mine that you can watch. However, I promised you a 66% chance of success in realising your dreams. At the moment, with 2 other people competing with you, you have a 33% chance. So how do you bump that up? How do you double your chances for success? Now this is the interesting part, and not a lot of people realise this, but there's something you need to know when it comes to living your dreams, and that is that you don't have to be the best to live your dreams. Think about it. In football, there's Ronaldo and there's Messi. In cooking, there's Jamie Oliver and there's Gordon Ramsay. Being number one not being number one does not exclude you from living your dreams. You simply have to be outstanding. You don't have to be the best. So now I've taken you through the whole picture. From 1,000, you can eliminate 900 procrastinators, 80 triers, 17 minor players, leaving you and 2 other people. Which leaves me with my final question to you. Would you back yourself on a 66% chance to win? So before I go, I just want to leave you with one final thought. I really hope my dream chart breakdown has given you more confidence in your chances for success. I really hope it's given you the boost needed to go for your dreams. However, there may still be some of you who are slightly confused with this 1,000 figure I've come up with for your competition. Especially if we use the example of the pro footballer. There's probably 1 million teenage kids out there who want to be pro footballers. Well, there's a thing that happens when your competition is widened, the places you're competing for are usually greater as well. So instead of a figure of 3 right at the top for the dream achievers, in the case of the footballer, when there's much more competition, there's probably 30,000 places you're aiming for. And that's why I'm really confident that my figures do add up. Whether you scale up or on a few occasions scale down. There's always going to be the procrastinators, there's always going to be the triers, there's always going to be the minor players, and then right at the top where you're going to be are the dream achievers. So don't believe that garbage the system tells you about 1% chance for success. You don't have to worry about 97% of the competition. There's just you and a few others competing for that dream. Now, if you need some more help and support in realising your dream, then please do check out my book. There's a link for it below. And also there's a link to the website, which should appear after this video. So for now, I'm going to leave you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.